Oh, we are streaming.
Ooh.
Should be. Yeah, I need to dodge away from my light to try and do all the things. There we go. And tweet. Oh, I've turned off my light. Okay, we'll wait for some people to get in here first, and then we'll start. We'll start. Okay. Yes, one viewer. Woo! Hey!
Hello, one viewer. Why has it not started yet?
And it has started. Should see people coming in very shortly. Maybe. Although it might be because of the time of the podcast, it might not work too well for some people.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's still pretty early morning for most of the states, and it was the afternoon in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got some people flooding in now. Open the floodgates! Alright. Once everyone's in, or once we get to like 5 or 6 viewers or so. Okay. Yeah, we got someone in the chat. Hello, Ben. Welcome. Okay. Cool. Alright. 6 viewers. Okay, right, we're ready then. Okay, first off, everyone.
Alright.
I apologize for not making it for the first stream that we would like to have done. I kind of slept through my 3 alarms, so I didn't make it till 1 p.m. So instead, I woke up at 1:30 and I was like, shit. So I apologize for being a bit late. But yeah, we're here now, and I'm here with Enoch. And if you didn't know who Enoch was,
Hello.
he is the Head Tilt Games game director. And yeah, no, I'm the game director. You're the creative director. Oh god.
Yeah, I was like, I'm the creative dictator.
Yeah. All right. Afternoon. Awesome. Okay. So, well, we should be able to start now, really. Can everyone hear us okay, first off, before we start? You probably hear, like, me being really tired and sleepy. See what they say. Can you hear us? Sounds good. Wow, that's a first. Sounds good. Okay. Alright. Alright, are you ready, Enoch? Also, one thing to note, guys.
Oh yeah.
Is that Enoch's all the way in China, so it's gonna be a lot of lag sometimes. So please keep that in mind. Alright then.
Yep.
And if it gets to a point where like it's too bad, then Enoch, you can turn off your camera maybe, and then we could just have me with my camera if it gets to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, let's start up. All right, and 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, and welcome to Indie Dev Chat, a live-streamed weekly show where I talk to fellow developers. If you're watching this on the stream, you may ask us any questions you have and we'll try to answer them. Furthermore, if you're on a podcast platform, please check out Mattball on YouTube if you want an absolute full experience with face cams, chat replay, and more. Today is a special episode as I'm here with my fellow colleague talking about our own game. Hello, Enoch. It's already done.
Hello.
You know, do you want to turn off your camera maybe? Because I think it's causing the
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can do that. All right. Hopefully, I'm improved it a little bit.
Yeah, I've got well, I got 2,000, almost three.
I think we've lost him. Yeah. Again, another side note is that Enoch's in China, and sometimes it doesn't do too well. Sometimes it's okay. But it seems today is not the day. He's going to disconnect in a second. Well, hello everyone. We'll have to wait for Enoch to sort that out. But yeah, it should be okay in the end. So, how has everybody's day been? Been up to much? Oh,
Ton.
hello Enoch.
Hello.
Okay, it looks like you're back. Hopefully,
That's not better at all.
it's not better. Uh-oh.
Nope. I'm
Hmm.
gonna try setting something up and okay. Oh, okay, it's doing a little better now. Oh yeah, it's doing better now. Okay.
Okay, right. Maybe we'll get a good burst of it working. Okay. Yeah. So today I'm here with Enoch. One thing worth noting is again he's in China, so this is something that's quite common sometimes. So just keep in mind that there can be dropouts. Um. So first off, we can talk a little bit about Millions of Minions, I suppose. I mean that is our game. um. So I guess we could really start from from the beginning, from where it started, right? And
Dun dun dun.
and then and then go all the way to the end. Um, so it was, what was it? Ludum Dare 45, something like that. I don't know which one it was.
I think it was the make your own army or something.
I think wasn't the theme start with nothing? I thought, or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I think so.
the idea originally was that you could rack up like literally millions of minions, and obviously we didn't care about you know how unrealistic that was from a technical perspective. Um, so we
Also
thought
didn't help that our code was a complete and utter mess.
I don't know what you're talking about. My code was mind blowing. That procedural generation code. Oh,
Oh yeah, that was a pain. How many iterations did we go for that? Like five, six?
probably. Yeah. I mean, I think the worst bit was that like if someone had a bug with the procedural generation, like we couldn't help fix
Yeah.
it. Like that was the problem that we had. I think the biggest problem was like
Yeah.
in terms of bug
I had a
fixing. Mm,
it was yeah, Millions of Minions is a pain to bug fix.
it has been. I think the code base is just so trash. um,
It is very much.
I think it's improved over the time, and I think that's probably part of the problem. Is that because it's
Hmm.
improved, like looking back at old code makes your brain fry. Like there's some code that we use
Yeah.
for the game jam that's still in the game, which is really not good.
That was such a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, some parts were alright, some parts have helped, but like
Yeah.
that enemy spawners script always makes me laugh. It is
Oh.
the most disgusting script I think I've ever seen. I can switch.
We've got like half the variables in that script are completely unused, and we can't delete them because we don't know what's being used and what's not.
Yeah, yeah. You see, guys, when you're making a big game, make sure that if you're doing it from like a from a game jam game, make sure you're prepared to literally lose your eyes. Okay, because honestly, I've lost both my eyes and my hair and my brain cells. It's so trash. But yeah, I mean, I think like the game idea as a whole has really like changed, and it's the gameplay as well. Because obviously right at the start,
Hmm.
you could run through the whole like you would literally be constantly running and moving through every dungeon, and you could like
Yeah,
end up spawning like like 20 enemies at once, you know, and like there were
and plus, like, you could actually spawn millions of minions.
well, I mean, I don't think you spawned them, did you? I think you just captured them for some
No,
reason.
oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I don't know why you would capture
Was-
minions, but I think the idea was that they were captured, like a little bit like the Rayman games, where you have to free those
Yeah,
little things. I don't know what they're called.
yeah, like Rayman or Pikmin.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, for sure. I think that's definitely what we were, what like was the
Yeah.
idea. But like then that completely changed, and I think it must have been about January. Things really, like we really changed things up. I
Hmm.
remember because like it went from that all the way to being like now being like you could only be in one room at a time, and
Yeah, it's a lot slower paced.
yeah, it was a lot slower paced too. Yeah. And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. I think I think we wanted a fast paced game, but then went
Hmm.
against that because I think really though it was more of a strategy like action game, um,
Yeah.
and I think that's more of what we were going for towards the end of development. Towards the
Hmm.
start, it was just like, quick, get the jam out, quick. Yeah. And the ironic thing is that the game didn't even do well in the jam, and we still wanted to do it.
It did not. Yeah.
That probably should have told us something, to be honest.
Shit. No, I think maybe something that had to do with it was the fact that we didn't play or review many games.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
We're not very good at that.
with trash. Sometimes we're okay with it. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
okay, but most of the time it's not very good.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, for our next game, we're definitely starting from the ground up rather than
Hmm.
um, going from like a
Building off
game
of a
jam.
game jam.
Yeah. And I think something that like we've loosely talked about, but not enough yet, is the potential of moving engines. And I
Mm,
think
yeah.
I think it would be it's a weird thing moving engines. It's like leaving like a like your family behind. Like I think
I know.
like there are certain features that Unreal has that Unity doesn't really take advantage of. Like I think the biggest selling factor for me for Unreal is the fact that like the multiplayer is like widely supported and it's like official and stuff. And like
Yeah.
with Unity it's like third party and still in the making.
It's
And
it's a mess.
exactly. And I think we want to try and do an online multiplayer game for our next game,
Hmm.
and I think if we're going to do that, I don't think we can use Unity for that. I don't think Unity's going to
Yeah.
allow us until like Unity has their own system, which it would probably be in like a couple years time. Uh, it doesn't really make much sense for us to use Unity for it. So yeah, we use Unreal Engine and was it Blueprints? I would
Yeah. Well,
assume.
I'm still probably going to use. I'm going to probably teach myself C++ because
Yeah, I
I
want to
prefer
try
much
it.
prefer coding.
I want to try
Yeah.
it, but if my brain starts frying, yeah, I'll go. I'll like
Go to
retract.
blueprints. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Another was it like for Unreal 5, they also have that unlimited, what was it? What are they? Faces for
yeah,
3D models.
yeah, yeah,
So that's like a big thing for me
yeah, yeah.
once I learned to 3D model.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. I mean, our next game is like we're thinking of fake 3D, and I think that would be really
Hmm.
interesting because a little bit like Don't Starve's I like
Yeah.
perspective and stuff. I really liked the the atmosphere of Don't Starve. I think it was really cool,
Oh yeah.
and I think trying to go for something similar, obviously not the same, but something similar,
Yeah.
with a little bit of a brighter color palette too, like just a little bit, because Don't Starve is just like this one
No,
dark,
no. What we're gonna do is just full grayscale, all black and white.
set in the 1930s or something.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I think it'd be an interesting experience to use another engine, because also I think that would
Yeah.
show a lot, like if we ever needed to get a job in the future, like showing that we've made a game in both Unity and Unreal be
Hmm.
would look quite fancy, I suppose.
Yeah. Also, with Unreal being more of a industry standard, it'd be a
Yeah.
great skill to have.
Yeah, for sure. And Unreal, like, I think the only thing I don't like about Unreal is the interface, but I think that's something that you'll just pick up anyway. Because I think I had the same
Yeah.
thought process with Unity, but I just sort of
Oh yeah.
was okay with it. But yeah,
Yeah.
Madbook's
I
just said a lot of the skills from Unity will be transferable though, so it won't be like starting from scratch
yeah.
again. Yeah, so
I think a lot of it's just like transferring like how to do the same thing in the different engines.
yeah, I think really like it's just both of them have their advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
I think no matter what engine you choose, there's going to be some limitation, and like if you can
Yeah.
work like around that limitation, it's usually a good idea.
Yeah.
Like
And another thing with Unreal is you have the entire Megascans assets
yeah,
like completely for free, which is awesome, especially since I use Mixer for texturing.
I think the other thing with Unreal, we keep saying other thing, but I think a big selling point for me is that if you like develop with Unreal and put it on like the Epic Games Store, they only take 20% rather than 30%
Hmm.
that Steam does. And I think it would be an interesting idea. I've seen a lot of developers do this. On they're on the Epic Games Store for about a year for like quote unquote early access kind of thing. Um, and then they'll go on all platforms after that year. I think that would be an interesting
Oh
way
yeah.
of going about it. Um,
Hmm.
and also, there'll be a lot of native support for Epic Games because obviously it's made for Epic Games, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so I think it's definitely a cool thing. And obviously, I think Epic they do like their mega grants, don't they? Where they like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously that's probably not going to happen, but
But I
if
mean, who knows?
if it did, it would be
Maybe
really
we,
handy.
that would be yeah, it would be really awesome.
Yeah, like I think Unity has a better community, but I say that, but I don't actually know about the Unreal Engine community. Like it could be the same, but just
Hmm.
like like how
Unreal.
there's just people that you don't know about on YouTube and stuff, and like yeah, they'll probably just pop up, and you'll be like, oh, you use Unreal. I wonder if there's like an equivalent to Brackeys, but for Unreal, like
That would be really helpful, but I haven't found one yet.
yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that sounds quite good. Um, okay. What else is there to talk about? Right. 10 minutes in. I think a big a big thing that we should talk about is uh, how Head Tilt began, because uh, that
Oh
was
yeah.
quite a
Our
mess.
origin story.
Origin story, yeah, it's the start of our story arc.
Oh man, was that?
Okay, get your get your get your drinks ready, guys. It's time. Storytelling time. Okay, well, start off. Um, I was really lonely and I needed another teammate. More specifically, I needed an artist. I was like, God, I really need an artist to help because my art is awful. So I made an advert. Now, when I say an advert, it was this little poster that looked like a 2-year-old could probably make it. It had
Yeah, I agree with that.
it had like neon blue and neon red combined, and I was like, that looks
That's probably what
cool.
drew my attention.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I can tell you need I can tell you need an artist. God,
Yeah.
yeah. So then I was like, um, please help. I need artist. And what server was that on? Blackthorn Prod, I think. Blackthorn
That was
Prods.
on, yeah, Blackthorn Prods.
Yeah.
It
So
was,
if
it was in the looking for a job checks. Oh, what was it? Prod. I forget what it's called. I think this was
yeah.
before paid jobs was put in.
Yeah. I mean, if Blackthorn Prod didn't exist, we wouldn't have met. That's quite weird. uh,
Hmm.
Desnes Citrus asks, "Are you excited for the release next week?" I am, kind of.
Yes.
It's
Panicky, but I'm excited.
Yeah, it's got me a bit nerve wracking, but I think I mean it's 10 days now, so um,
Yeah.
it's
And
like
the game's pretty much complete, besides
yeah,
the
yeah.
odd bug or two. I
I
mean,
mean it's complete for you, but me, I've got to do the Xbox port still. But yeah,
he's really enjoying that.
I love Xbox porting is probably the easiest challenge I've ever gone through. Yeah, that was the biggest lie. But yeah, the other thing that I think we should talk about. Actually, no. We'll continue with the starting, like how we started. How this team is now 7 people. So yeah, like I put out this shoddy ad, and then Enoch messaged me, and we he sent his artwork over, and I was like, wow, this is cool. And Enoch, could you like to talk about the how the artwork was?
Oh, it was out of trash. I think I've still got it saved on my computer.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
But yeah,
this
that
was 2019, right? Oh yeah, this
yeah.
was yeah.
But yeah, his artwork was good. um, and then we decided that we were gonna make basically cyberpunk Papers, Please is the best way I can describe it.
Oh man, I think this was like I didn't even have Discord on my phone then, so I just received an email saying like from Matt saying like um I've got a cool idea. Like, what if we make people please, but robots? Like, like, like I was out with my family, like eating dinner and all that. I just get this message from him after like what was it like days of silence?
Yeah. And whilst this was happening,
And,
I was working on Grapple Story still, and it was just by kind of luck that the game failed. So so then I could dedicate time to the team. Um, and yeah, the first game jam came up. What was it? GMTK 2019, I think.
well, this actually first we did the Papers, Please thing, and then
Yeah.
um, we started a superhero city RPG game.
No, I don't think it was a superhero RPG game just yet. I think
Really? No,
no, because we got Spitzy
no,
in,
because
remember?
yeah,
Yeah, and that was from a game jam. That was
right.
from the
Wasn't
GMTK jam.
the? Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I
Right,
pussied out of that
which
one.
was it belated? Oh yeah, I
What was
remember
the other
now.
one? It was the one
Um,
one life or
yeah,
whatever it was. Yeah.
one shot.
One shot. That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one line.
And I was like, yeah, no thanks. I'll see you later, guys. um, but then we had the community game jam where we made Belated.
Oh yeah,
That was a
that's when we pushed off a bunch of YouTube developers off the cliffs.
yeah. We should probably get some context behind that before they're like, what? Okay, so uh, the boss battle of the game, right, guys? You're gonna be amazed by this. We added boss battles to a game jam game. Now, obviously, that is a pretty big thing. Now,
Yeah.
wait till you hear what the boss battle was. Basically, you jumped over a bunch of platforms because it was a platformer, and for some reason, these big YouTubers, like I don't mean like big
We just
YouTubers as
literally
in
stole their icons.
yeah, we stole their icons. I forced them to send me audio files. I literally went into their DMs and I was like, "Come on, give me the audio files." And yeah, we got Blackthorn Prod. We got who else did we get? Danny. We got Danny, and then we also got Brackies, where I couldn't contact Brackies, so I went into a YouTube video with him in it, and I cut him out saying hello. And I'm just telling you, right? I remember this. He never said hello in any of his videos. It was like he didn't say hello, and I was like, what? So yeah, that was tiring. How good are you at your own game? I'm decent. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be playing through the game again on stream, and I actually hope that I don't need to do any development again. So you can see my amazing gamer skills. I don't know how Enoch is. Enoch, are you good at are you good at our game?
I'd say I'm pretty good.
Okay, sure. And
Lies! What lies?
are you watching the Game Awards tonight? I might be. I don't know. I don't really haven't watched the
What
Game
Game
Awards
Awards?
for ages. You know, the Game Awards.
No, I don't know. Wait, like which ones?
They're literally called the Game Awards. Search up the Game Awards.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Are you hero or are you evil? I'm evil. I'm a villain. What are you, Enoch? Are you a heron? A heron? A hero or a
Totally
villain?
evil. Yep.
A heron.
Yep, I'm a heron.
That's like an anti-hero. But yeah,
Oh, I typed in Game Awards into Google, and then the like tagline is Game Awards 2020 is live. Watch now with millions of other games.
with
And,
millions and
and that
millions. Oh
millions
my
threw me
god!
off. Like, wait, what? Yeah.
What would be your alignment? Lawful evil, chaotic evil. I'd probably be.
Hmm.
I'd probably be lawful, neutral. I feel like I'd just be like really boring.
I'd like to say chaotic evil, but I'm probably lawful.
Yeah, I I don't know. Yeah, I mean, neutral evil. How does that work? Why is the game for my dad video vanished? I loved it. I can't remember. I think it was copyright claimed and it got taken down.
What?
Yeah. What advice would you give to a child just starting out? Um, uh, First off, right, I'm pretty bad for suggestions for that one because like my channel has sort of dwindled out. But if I was to give you any suggestions,
And I'm much worse.
I'd probably say, yeah, look at other channels that you want to be like, and try and adapt their styles to your own, and see what you like the most.
Hmm.
And then, if you find that actually, you don't like a certain person's style, try going for another person's, and then you get inspiration, and eventually you have your own style. You might get a couple people saying you're a copycat, but I wouldn't really worry too much because like if you're just starting out, it's really good for inspiration. And like I was copying like Thin Matrix's videos back when I started, so really there's not really a you can't really be called a copycat. You're just trying to learn. Need any weird requests? Depends what you mean, Tommy. I'm scared.
Oh no.
Oh, that's really cool, Desnus. I'm glad that my that video inspired you to make a game for your girlfriend. That's cool. I don't know how I did that, but you know that is cool. But yeah,
I think we went off topic.
we did. No, it's just because of questions. Okay.
Yeah.
So where were we? Oh yeah, that trashy boss battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spitzy made the music for
I
that.
mean, the chase was a bit fun. Oh yeah,
Yeah, the chase scene. There was a chase scene, but I don't really remember much
that was
about it.
pretty. Yeah, I think that was the boss battle. Like, they chased you, and then you had to push it off to kill them, kill the boss or whatever.
Yes, that was
I can't
right. That
remember, bro.
was right. You had to run away
But
from
like the
the.
chase was like, yeah,
You
the
had to.
chase was nice.
Yeah, you had to
Just
run away
pushing,
from
killing off the
YouTubers.
YouTube was just really, and then kill the YouTubers.
I think the reason we did it, that was why we did it, is because it was for the community game jam and those YouTubers were in it.
Oh yeah,
That's why we did it. Yeah.
yeah.
And I remember, I actually just remembered this. Right at the end of the game, we basically, I think it was struggling to actually submit because I think Itch wasn't really prepared
Oh
for it,
yeah, I remember that.
and I was like, oh my god, I can't
No,
submit
it's
it. It wouldn't
because oh
work. So then I contacted Danny and asked him to help, and like we got like another. I don't know. He helped out, but like literally, it was on the dot that
yeah,
we tried to submit.
no, I think like what happened was so many people were submitting their games that itch.io just like shut down. That's why we couldn't do it.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know. I think that might have been the Game Maker Toolkit jam. I think that
No.
happened to that too.
Oh yeah, I think it happened to both because it was on Twitter, wasn't it? I think it was quite a big thing.
Yeah,
So yeah, after belated, we were like,
and
right,
of course.
it's time to make a big game together. Now, here comes the failed project. So
The
Enoch,
one we do not speak of.
would you like to talk us through this really good project?
Oh yeah. So we decided to do a city RPG like, set in a platform perspective,
Hmm,
which was a really bad idea
it really was.
because we had no, or at least I had no clue how to lay out the city or like make it look like a city and actually like implement platforming aspects to it.
Hmm.
And of course, we didn't have any gameplay ideas at all. We started with a nice, intricate storyline and then completely forgot about gameplay.
Yeah, and I
Like, to
remember.
this day, don't even know what the game was going to be.
I remember that one of the systems I worked on was a climbing system, and it allowed you to climb the buildings like Spider-Man. It was really interesting. I think yeah that sort of flopped a bit.
Oh, majorly.
But yeah, I think
We just dropped it.
yeah,
Not even a second thought. We were like, we are done with you.
yeah, and then we were like, what do we do now? Right, we had no idea. So we decided that I think this was actually a smart idea. We were like, right, well, we made Millions of Minions. How about we make it into a proper big game?
Yeah.
Now, part of this idea was good. What we should have
Wait.
done, really, is we should have restarted. Yeah, we should have
Yeah.
restarted the project, but instead
Well, I mean,
we built on an existing code base.
we just. Well,
with
to
game
be
gen
honest, I think
code.
even if we started from yeah, yeah. I think if we started from scratch, our code would still have been crap.
Yeah, but it probably would have
Like
been
it
a
would
bit
have been
more structured.
slightly more organized, but it'd still be crap.
Yeah, but I think the big thing would be that it would be structured, so we could actually
Oh
understand it a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Even like not related to the scripts, but the Millions and Minions project, it's just a big mess. Like there's no organization at all. There's like
Mm-mm.
attempts at organization,
Yeah.
but then it's just given up halfway through.
Yeah. If you see the project folder itself, and all the folders in that, it's like there are like so many nested folders. Like for example, like trying to find the random generation. I always struggle trying to
Oh,
find where that is. I go into prefabs, right? There's a folder called prefabs, but it's not in prefabs. It's in the root folder of random generation. It's like why did we do that? Like we should definitely have put
I just yeah,
we shouldn't have
I just
had a
completely
prefabs
gave up on
folder.
looking for it. Like if I need something, I'll just search for it instead of going through all the folders because that's just way faster.
Yeah, I mean yeah, it is, but I think Dungeon Manager that prefab when you're needing to test the game, you have to have this game object called the Dungeon Manager, and the amount of times that it literally has broken the game because the problem with it is that if there are two dungeon managers in the scene, it breaks everything, and I don't know why
Yeah,
because I thought we put like something in the start statement for that, but clearly not. Um,
the dungeon manager is like one of the main causes of all our problems,
yeah, no, it really
and we
is.
don't even know how it's causing the problems, which is even worse.
It is, yeah. Um,
Remember when the game kept crashing every time you clicked the play button, and we could not, for the life of us, figure out why, and then suddenly it just started working again.
yep, I remember. That's happened a lot of times. Like, um,
We tracked it down to the dungeon manager, but
yeah, I think the one thing that always sticks with me is I was constantly wrestling with the key code. You know, like So in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, basically in Millions of Minions, you have to get a key before you can go to the boss room that where you can like then like you know beat the
fight the
level.
boss. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. So this code is the worst thing known to man. It is terrible, and the amount of times that I had to literally try and understand why it wasn't spawning all the time, it was ridiculous. And in the end, I reworked our procedural generation system a bit and made it so it's
hmm
like iterative spawning rather than like spawning it all at once. And then I generated a seed from that, and then actually the seed has helped. I know it probably doesn't seem like it, but the seed has helped us quite a lot. Um, but yeah, Tommy's asking. I'm assuming this is for the City RPG. That was the game you called Budget Assassin's Creed before. Like, you guys do anything about it anymore? Yeah, I think that was.
I don't remember calling it that
I mean,
at all.
I've probably called it as Budget Assassin's Creed. Um, although
Now
I
that I
could.
think it's,
I mean, it's
that's yeah, that's hilarious. Though, like we finally get a game idea, like a year after we gave up on it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I can't really remember much about it. That was like a year ago now. Um, Madbook said, I have entire commits in my Git repo where I've just reorganized locations of stuff and cleaned old commented code. Even then, it's always such a struggle to keep organized. Yeah,
It is.
yeah, no, it really is. Like, uh, I think that's something that we definitely struggle with, and I think
hmm
we definitely need to improve that for our next project if we're gonna succeed.
Yeah.
Like,
We'll also have to start commenting our code.
yeah, well, we did it a little bit, but like,
We did it a little bit.
I was looking at some code earlier, whenever it was yesterday, and there's some code on there that that has been commented out, and like we've put a note in,
Yeah.
and some of them are like from like Spitzy, and I guess I'll walk through the team structure now, because I think that's quite a good starting point, or we'll just keep on going through the timeline. Um, so in January we started. That's when we put out the Steam page and stuff, and started like the
Oh
public
yeah.
demo. And
That's Ghost joined us by then, right?
I think no, I think Ghost joined. Actually, oh yeah, no, I think Ghost joined
Yeah,
November.
yeah, he did because I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Ghost
remember
joined
him helping with
November.
the Steam page.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so going back a few months, in November, we had someone join the team called Ghost. Now, Ghost, he's a lifesaver. Honestly, I don't know what we would have done without him.
Yeah.
Like he talking about like the bad organization of the code. He was like, right, I'm gonna rebuild all the systems. We're gonna rebuild it. We're gonna make it look and feel a lot better. And he did. He did exactly that. He made it work a lot better. We started using entity systems over whatever
Oh
we were
yeah.
using before. Um, and yeah, the game was really coming along nicely. He was really helping. And then in January, yeah, we posted the public demo. Actually, no, I think it might. No, we didn't put the public demo out. I think
We just spot and set up the Steam page.
yeah, and then we gave it to testers. I think if I remember,
Yeah.
and like
I think so, yeah.
we gave the key to a couple of streamers, and they played the game and gave their
Hmm.
feedback. Uh, and then in February, I went to a convention, and I showed off our game. And this was, this was before the lighting updates. So like
Oh yeah.
before all of that stuff. Um, so this was before everything looked good. Um, and yeah, I came back from the convention after it went pretty well.
Yeah.
I got some really valuable feedback from some other developers, and
Hmm.
we added lighting effects, and these lighting effects have made the game look molto
Mwah.
bene. It's so beautiful, like chef
It
kiss.
is.
It really is good now. And like there was more impact when you entered a room, like it literally just like
Hmm.
shut you in. Um, and what happened after that? Um, this is March, so
I think it was just like,
we're like 4 months away from release. No, 3 months. Um, that was the other thing. Yeah, we didn't really know when the game was going to release. We just sort of
hmm,
we at one point I
we're
remember
working
we
on
were
it.
saying
I think no.
like we wanted to aim for June for early access. I remember that, and
Yeah.
then we were going to push it back to December for some reason, and then we went back on
No.
that idea, and
Yeah.
then we were going to do it for June, and then we were like, well, we might have full release next year, like 2021. Um, and oh,
Actually,
Nebraska,
wasn't the original release date going to be October 31st?
I think so, yeah, and then we moved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I remember feeling panicked before Halloween, like, holy crap, the game's not even close to done yet. What are we gonna do?
And Nebrath has a question. How do you split the earnings on the game just based on monthly earnings? That's my most concerns when making things with others. I know many can destroy friendships. Luckily, we've prefaced it enough to the team that like we're not
Hmm.
really earning money yet. We're not earning
So
enough to
yeah,
give away, so we're lucky with that.
we do have a kind of strategy though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
We're
think
lucky with that by not earning money.
yeah. I think
What we kind of do is,
it's dependent on people's role. So like if they're doing music,
mhm.
sound, and things like that, then they get like what is it like 8% or something like that, and then me and you get fifteen
I
percent
think it's
each.
like I think what we did was we split it up into three bits. We have the amount that goes to the company itself, and then we had the kind of split between the,
Yeah,
well, not freelancers, but more like one shotters that kind of worked on a single item, and
yeah,
then we had the tier which was the multitaskers who did a bunch of stuff like programming, art, um, community management.
yeah. Which would have been me and you.
Uh,
Um,
Yeah, we're the only ones doing it.
Yeah. So like when we say like the freelance people, it's like the people that are only doing one job really. And like they're also the people that
Yeah.
there's a chance that they won't stay on. I think that was the big reason,
Mhm.
like because
Yeah.
with like musicians and stuff, they don't always stay on after like one project.
We've gone through a lot of musicians
Oh God, yeah, that's the other thing. Musicians have changed a lot.
so many times.
Yeah, no,
I think we've finally got a good set now, though.
yeah, I think so too. Nabrafa
Mhm.
said, "Oh, okay," and that will go for every month or only for the first year or so. Um,
I think once we get a constant income, it'll be
yeah,
every month. Like
yeah,
that's the goal right now.
yeah,
The ultimate goal is to get a set paycheck, so we, like monthly pay someone amount of money from like, like an actual paycheck.
yeah, yeah.
But
But right now
right
we're
now
we're
with
not earning anything.
yeah,
Um,
hopefully we'll change that next year.
yeah, or in a couple years, whenever it is. Um, it's like you are having a baby together when the payment is linked in a way. Yeah. Uh, Sorry if money talk is awful. It's not the best topic. To be fair, it's fine. I mean, we don't
Yeah.
mind too much because we're not really earning enough
Hmm.
money anyway. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, we've gone through a lot of musicians. We had Bruno, we had Ashutosh, and now we have Bad Duck, um, Doorbell, and Albert. I think that's it.
Who is the? We also had that guy who worked on the original soundtrack
Yeah, that
and
was
the game
Ashutosh.
jam.
That was
Oh
Ashutosh. Yeah.
yeah,
Millionaires next week. Yeah, we wish.
I wish.
Yeah. You see, even if we were like millionaires, we wouldn't. I don't think it would actually um give us much money in a way. I know it sounds silly, but like it wouldn't
I know.
really work for that long. Like million's not a
Hmm.
lot.
We'd probably end up if we got $1 million. We'd probably end up putting a lot of it into the company itself.
Yeah, most definitely. Do you expect to earn a living in the anywhere near future making games? Uh, I expect so. I think we will.
Yeah,
I think within our
and
next
that's
two
definitely my
projects.
goal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm going to university next year.
Mhm.
And I think the main reason I am doing that is because I have a bit more of support still there. So there's still a bit of time for me before I'm like released into the wild, so to speak. And if within the next 4 years um I can get like head tilt off the ground, and it's only been a year and we're already doing pretty decent. I think yeah, in 4 years
Yeah.
we could definitely bump it up. Um, that is the hope
Mhm.
anyway. We'll see what
Mhm.
happens with that, but
Is my next year resolution is definitely to try to start earning at least a little bit of income
yeah.
every month.
I mean, right now
So that's gonna be
I'm
what
earning
I would be working toward.
I'm earning from like my freelance work. I'm doing a little bit of work for like my family and
Yeah.
stuff, and that's enough to like for me really. Um, what course are you hoping to do at uni? I'm also working on a hobby project bits whilst at uni. Um, I am going to be studying games design because it's this thing that I've been enjoying the most. Um, I'm not really too keen on programming. Like, I mean, just because I am doing the programming doesn't mean that it's like what the thing that I would love to do. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping to study game design, and I've got a place at the uni I want to go to, so we're all right. But yeah, what else has happened? Uh, I guess we could talk about the fact that now we're at 7 people. Um,
Yeah.
so people have asked me a lot about this, and they've asked like how it came to be 7 people, and why it is 7 people, because 7 people is quite a lot for a small team, and I
Hmm.
think people are thinking that when we say 7 people, they probably think that we're only getting people in because like for the numbers, so to speak. I think the reason I think the reason is that obviously this is a hobby thing at the moment, right? And we've learned not to rely on one person in the team. You know, we had
Hmm.
Ghost. He left the team like quite a while ago now. Um, and same as Spitzy, he's gone too. So you know, it's just me and Enoch, the OGs now. And really, the big reason why we have some people is because if someone leaves, it's not going to have too much of an impact. We have three sound people, three music slash sound.
Oh, doesn't Bad Duck going to move to a more
Oh
programming
yeah, yeah. Well, it's we have two.
position?
Yeah, we have two music slash sound people. And I think that should be okay. Um,
Hmm.
and you know, because we're not earning money, it's a lot harder to like get people invested in product, which I think is fair,
Yeah.
right? I'm not like not gonna shit on them for that. That's fair. But yeah, that's definitely why we're doing it. It's not because of like the number or anything. Like to be fair, I would love to have just a 3 or 4 person team, but obviously with the times, or you know, with the fact that you can't rely on anyone else. Me and Enoch are really like the only ones that we know are gonna definitely stay. You know, like we have
Yeah.
asked people, and we made sure that we prefaced that you know if they want to leave for the next project they can. Um, but you know, even with that, people can still leave. Uh, but yeah, so now we have a community manager as well, and he's my best friend, so that's easy to get him involved in it. And you know,
Just had to bribe him into the basement.
exactly. Uh, but yeah, I think it's definitely the way forward. Um, like eventually, when we're paying people, then yeah, 7 people doesn't really make much sense because 7 people is quite a lot. Like ideally, I'd probably want about like 5 or 6, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Um, but yeah, we got a new artist as well.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think I don't really want to grow the team at all for this next project. Like I only like let's say someone leaves, then yeah, we'll get somebody else if we can. Um, it sort of sounds pretty bad. Like we're gonna replace them, but you know, like if that does happen. Tommy asks, would you want to join a big company if Head Tilts does not hit the target, or is it like me that you want the indie freedom regardless of the income? I think I want the indie freedom regardless of the income, really. Um, I don't really want to work for a AAA company. Like, it'd be it'll be something that I would do if like it was like the last resort. Um, because I'm pretty sure I could probably get into like a big company pretty easy. Um, yeah, like
Personally, for me, I wouldn't mind joining a big company. Like, if indie development didn't give me a solid income, as I started moving out and all that, then I would get a job for a bigger company
yeah,
while still trying to get the indie side up.
yeah. Well, I think the problem with working with a AAA company is obviously they have a non-competitor agreement or something like that. I can't remember the exact terminology, but essentially what it means is that like you can't do indie development on the side with it. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so you can't like make other games because you're making them competition and stuff, which is really quite harsh, and that's like one of my like pushing factors really. Um,
I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. Madbook says, like the Vlambeer strat, Rami and JW were 2 employees of the company, but they had artists and sound people who they would contract, sometimes even multiple times. Yeah, I think that's something that we'll probably do in the future. If we have money, then I
Yeah,
think like having like 3 or 4 people like at a time would probably make more sense than having consistent people. Um,
yeah.
I mean, I guess it really depends on how the money situation goes, because obviously you don't want to invest in like 7 people, really. Like from a business standpoint, it's a bit dangerous.
And I guess it depends on how well we do.
Yeah, yeah. Tom Francis does contracting for his games too, I believe. It's a good way to go as you can budget per music track slash assets or whatever. Yeah, for sure. Tommy says, "All right, let's disregard that thing. AAA, but you can make indie stuff in your spare time." Yeah, then I think I'd probably do it because why not? Uh, Question from Nabraf: If you could do any game just by thinking about it without the work behind, what genre would you make? Horror game.
For me, it'd be FPS and maybe a horror game because I think there's a game both me and Matt want to make. We just don't know how to go about it.
Yeah, yeah.
How many times have we tried it now?
3, I think. It must be about 3.
Yeah, and none of them got out of the original like planning phase.
Yeah, I don't know. Horror games are really hard. Like, it's something that I
I
want to
think
work on, but like, I think,
we don't know how to go.
yeah, we don't really know how to do it, and I can't really be bothered.
I think yeah, I think what might help is if we started with the art and then moved into the programming because that might help
Yeah,
because horror games are visually and what's the word? Audio um yeah,
yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
like they rely a lot on art and audio. That works.
Yeah, they do. That's a bit of a problem with us.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think really that sums up Head Tilt. I mean, I don't really think there's
Yeah.
much else to go on. But before I go, everyone, make sure that you check out our Steam page. It's in the link below. Uh, Go wishlist the game or buy it. You know, I'm not sure if
Yeah. Go buy it.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have a price increase or what we're gonna do. I have to actually speak to you about that because I have no idea. Um, but either way, uh, we are gonna have a 50% launch discount, and
Oh yeah.
that will be for 48 hours. And if you miss that, don't worry. There's a 25% off 14-day discount, so you can get in on that. And yeah, hopefully you buy the game during that time because it will be the cheapest it's ever
Buy it
been.
or I will pee on your socks.
Okay, well, yes, Enoch's literally, you shouldn't have said that because someone's gonna clip that now, and someone's gonna clip the fact that you just said they're gonna pee on your socks. Okay, well,
Oh no, what have I done?
I don't know. I'll gift the game to my
Oh,
grandmother. Oh, thank you, Nabrav.
yeah.
Awesome. All right, well, everyone, I'll speak to you all later.
Yep.
Peace.
Good boy.